to Ready to be Romanced. I'm Tori.
And I'm Denise.
And today we're discussing Rule. Oh my God, I am so excited to be back with you discussing romance.
I know, me too. I'm very excited. I am you gave me a list of books to choose from.
Yes.
And I was a little bit concerned as we started reading. I'm like, oh, wait, I picked this one. So I was like, I hope I didn't waste her time.
No, okay. I want to say off the jump, I actually had a really good time watching the movie. And I actually low-key also had a good time reading the book. And maybe it's because I had watched the movie, even though the storyline, the writing, the romance is kind of shit. I still had a good time.
No, I had a good time, but it was also a quick read.
Yes.
It didn't take that long, which thank God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yes.
You started with the movie first?
Yeah. And then I listened to the audiobook and I did the narrators and yeah, I'm not sure what I expected. I think when I saw the movie poster, because that's what I saw first,
Same.
I expected something a little bit different, but
although,
I don't know.
We'll get into the movie when we get to that part of it because I don't want to. I have a lot to say about Chase Stokes. Chase Stokes in particular, and really, I have a lot of thoughts about him that I really want to unpack with you.
Me too. He's my mortal enemy.
What? What? What does he know? Who does he know in Hollywood? What bribery, what blackmail does this man have? Because there has to be something.
I feel the exact same way. Okay, I cannot wait to talk about this. But I feel we should just jump in because we've already been kind of talking about it.
Let's go.
So, spoiler warning, we'll be discussing Rule and its movie adaptation, but not anything that comes after in the Marked Men series. And then a content warning, there'll be a brief discussion on intimate partner violence and the death of a family member. So Rule was written by J. Crownover and it was published December 30th, 2012. And usually when books are published, especially for some reason in the 2010s, I always get nervous that they're going to be referencing The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And just very specific 2010s culture. But I actually appreciated that this one had essentially no time references.
No, but her writing felt very 2012. You know what I mean? It was pre us, pre so much of societal awakenings to things.
100%.
And that's why I had to look up this woman's age, reading the books, because I was like, is this a tween writing this? Defined no.
Yeah, to find she was in her mid 30s when she wrote this. It's just so funny because I'm if I read this book at 18, I would have been Rule is
oh fuck yeah.
That's my dream man. And reading it in my 30s, I'm oh thank God
I'm oh my God, I know this. I mean, let's get into it. Well, because also I want to be honest, my type isn't this the guy. Even they're setting him up as a man that I would not. But in a book, I may be more attracted to. But I'm not into the bad. But he's not even a bad boy. I don't know, what do you call him, a man whore? I'm not into the man whores ever. But they and maybe that's a stereotype of yesteryear, I hope. But my God.
Yeah, that's such a good point. Especially growing up, I really liked the bad boy, good girl trope and stuff like that. But you're right. What did he do that was actually quote unquote bad? He was a shitty, he did a lot of shitty things, but he wasn't he wasn't even really a bad boy.
No, he had a lot of piercings, tattoos, and then just had a lot of casual sex with women and talk shit about them.
Yeah, low key.
He had purple hair. You did put that in here, which is
yeah, which is so funny. Okay, so yeah, Rule Archer is our main character. We meet him and he's hungover. He has a one-night stand in his bed. He is a tattoo artist in Denver, Colorado. And they wake up and he's so fucking rude to her.
He's so rude. And also, okay, again, with the author, I'm I feel we were getting out some of her fantasies of boys that she kind of she was this is what a bad boy is. He's a tattoo artist. He works in a tattoo parlor. He has piercings all over himself. He has one night stands. He treats women like shit. I'm what in the fucked up world are we in here? Because he is so rude to that.
Yes.
So rude and not and not even in like in a sexy way. And I hate to say, but like you can be an
Yes.
asshole sexily, but you're just like kind of a jerk.
Yes. Yes. Like, for example, like, I don't know if this is the best example, but it's the one that I thought of first. But like Reason from Akatar, I feel like he's like a jerk, but he's not like misogynistic.
Yeah, yeah, like and like he could have had a lot of sex. Like I feel like it's like yeah, you have like the black that you have the idea like the bad boy who just sleeps with a lot of women, but like respects women and like you can tell likes them. This guy from the jump, you're like, does he hate women? Like
Totally. No, totally. So enter Shaw Landon. She storms into Rule's room to pick him up to drive him to his parents' house for brunch. So he like interrupts and Lucy's the one night stand, gets even more upset. And then
as
like
you would,
leaves.
because this girl also like has also like this girl walks in here, which now she's the main character that we're following, Shaw. But she like storms in as if she also hates the girl too. For the girl, she's like, they're both of them, the duo are like sex shaming this poor girl who's like, what the fuck,
Like literally, who are you?
and you stormed in here knowing he had a girl in here, but okay, Shaw, here you go.
Totally.
Shaw, of course, the leading female character is like is so genius, is like beautiful and smart and like has all these amazing things going for her.
This is why I was like, I feel like, yeah, a 17-year-old wrote this because it's just so funny about like how every time she walked into a room or something, it was just like everyone looked at her.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
so skinny.
She's like, and she's such a good girl. She's a
Yeah.
pre-med student at the university, and like she wears heels with
Yeah.
pearls.
Yeah, which was like low-key insane. But I guess that is what you're supposed to like juxtapose with Rule's like badass.
I guess,
attitude.
like, yeah, sure.
It's so
Yeah.
funny. So they've known each other forever. They grew up in Brookside, which is a town 2 hours away. She was Rule's twin brother's best friend, but everyone thinks that they were dating. And Remy, the twin, was her friend because she was getting bullied in high school and he like saved her. 3 years prior to this, Rule was drunk at a party and asked Remy to pick him up and he died. The family has like never recovered and they're kind of just like in this. I will say I thought this was actually really realistic. The like years later trauma and blame and just like not being able to recover from like the death of your son or the death of your twin brother. I was like, that's realistic.
That's realistic, but we'll get into like even when they start unpacking what the trauma is and a lot of the shit that they're all like holding on to, not normal. Very
No, I know.
fucking weird. Again, where
I
I'm like,
know.
what was this author thinking? But like,
I
yeah, we
know.
get a lot of that. Like in the beginning, okay, Remy, what are all these weird names? Like Remy, Rule,
Yeah,
and they have a brother, Rome.
Rome?
Oh, I'm like, okay.
It's so bad. I feel like there's so many normal R names like Rory, Rowan, Robert.
But it feels like in a book of brothers, like, why are we making their names so hard? I'm like, okay, who, like, what? Okay. But like, okay, Remy, okay, he was in high school, they're twins,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, he's dead. Okay, got it. But then there's another brother that we're gonna meet in a little bit. But I'm like, why did there have to be a third one? There's a third brother.
I know, but that's what you have to
Okay.
do when you're planning on writing a 6-book series.
I know, I forgot. Like, okay, she wasn't in it just for this one. Got it. Okay.
Totally. So they're driving out to Brookside. Shaw goes, where have you been? Rome, your older brother, is trying to get a hold of you. He got hurt in the army and got sent home. So this was like shocking and like, again, just like another layer of upset for Rule. Shaw, why she like is holding on to this, because Remy is like so beloved in her heart. Her parents are awful to her. She's like kind of the typical rich kid where like the parents are just like traveling and like don't care what she does except for if she like marries rich and like upholds their reputation.
Yeah, like it's also like, how rich is she? It's another thing I also find like writers when they're writing. I'm like, is her family rich enough to give a shit about who she marries into? Like, are we talking about like the Waldorfs here? Like, what kind of
That
family?
would be like upper class.
Yeah, I'm like,
then.
what? Because like she's in med school, so are they not to also have these parents who are like, you can't marry outside of our
Yeah.
economic bracket? I'm like, but how high up is your economic bracket? Like, she's going to the University of
Yes.
Denver, you know?
No, literally, I always think that for like, when it's like fake marriages where it's like you have to get married to like inherit this company and stuff. And it's like, what fucking company is it?
It's just only like, I feel like it's like our poor peasant idea of like what these rich people like they're
Yes.
they're not marrying us because we're poor.
Yes,
Them-
yeah.
Like we're just not near them, or like the only people that would
Yeah.
get near her because she went to the same high school as these guys, so they can't be
Yeah.
that far apart.
You're right. She would have gone to private school if she was
Yeah.
actually rich. That's a good fucking point.
That was another obstacle in her way, though.
And she
her
was like
parents.
bullied. I was like, the rich girl was bullied.
The rich, prettiest girl in school, the skinny, very gorgeous, smart girl was also bullied. Shut up.
Yeah, the pre-med, gorgeously blonde,
Yeah,
skinny
unbelievably
girl.
hot by all accounts. There's not one person who sees her and isn't like, she's so beautiful.
100% is getting bullied. Yeah, right.
I know, but she's probably getting bullied by, you know, this is how I imagine that she thought about it. Because I'm sorry, I liked Shaw the character, but the way she talks about all of the women that Rule, the guy she like sleeps with, was so fucked up that I'm like, oh, she calls them all whores. She thinks they're all disgusting. She like enjoys how he treats them because she believes them to deserve it.
Yes.
And I'm like, were you getting bullied, or were the girls in your school just like, you're kind of a
bitch.
not a girl's girl, like you're kind of a bitch.
Literally.
It's like, was that it?
Yeah, that's actually such a good point.
But we have to like her, and I'm really giving her. Okay, she's young. She's 19, right?
She's young. She's 19 at this point. But yeah, the plot twist is that she loves Rule. She's always loved him. But they are like kind of actually like enemies to lovers at this point. And I also thought that I'm actually like enemies to lovers. I don't know. I have like a love-hate relationship with it. I thought that their like bickering was good.
Can they be enemies? Because she loved him. He didn't know. He was under the impression that she didn't like him while she's harboring all these like deep feelings of obsessive love for him.
That's true. That is true. It isn't true enemies to lovers, but like they bicker. Yeah, he always is like, she doesn't like me, but it's because she
loves my brother or something.
Yeah, because it's like, well, that's Remy's girl, so like I couldn't. But he's like, she's so uptight, like, and prissy and stuff like that. But he bickers also, or he argues with her also about her boyfriend, who they like are on a break right now, but they like argue about how she won't sleep with him. And how he, like, essentially, like, couldn't still be with her 6 months in because she wouldn't have sex with him. But, like, also, I'm so sick of the, like, moral superiority of...
But, like, for the premise of you being a good... Because you're a good girl. Because that's also not why she wasn't giving it up. This guy was, like, an abusive piece of shit. And I'm like, oh, we find out the reason you weren't having sex with him because you're not attracted to him and you're only dating him because...
Your parents
want
you to,
fucking weird.
Even though she ends up being like a really sexual person, and that pisses me off too because I hate it. It's like, so you can't have casual sex, but if it's with the person you love, you're okay to have sex. Like, I don't know. That is just weird to me. Just have sex with whoever you want, like, truly.
But again,
life's too short.
The author is writing this book from like, I feel like I'm like, the author, you can tell, you know, I'm like, are you like a weird Christian? Because a lot of the time these books, like when you're, and it's not even that. I'm like, but just she's writing it from like, she's an adult woman, but like writing about young people, but with the same like stereotypes of young people that are so wrong, that are so like, and like toxic, genuinely.
I
like,
know.
And I'm like, this wasn't even true when you were 19, that all these things, but who sold us these lies? It was like society, but you kind of figure out that's bullshit. But it's like she
hasn't figured it out.
Or she finds them romantic. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's really, really tough. So they end up at the Archer household, and Rule sees Rome, and they like immediately get into a fight, and they decide to cancel Sunday brunch. Essentially, they blame Rule for the passing of Remy, which sucks because it's like, it's obviously not his fault. And also it sucks because they are identical twins, which I never even considered this with identical twins specifically. It's like, if your twin passes away, you are just a constant you become a constant reminder that they're dead, essentially.
And like, they're blaming their whole premise for blaming him is because Remy was driving to pick him up like that night. Like,
yeah,
he wasn't in the car. He wasn't the one that killed
No,
him.
like killed him, or like he wasn't drunk driving with him or something. Like,
Yeah.
I know that was the part that pissed me off, but I guess the premise is it's like, well, if you weren't drunk at a party, if you didn't always ask your brother to like clean up your messes and pick you up and stuff, he would be alive.
And it's like this shitty ass family, okay? And Shaw's in her brain, she's thinking, I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna help this family heal.
Yeah,
I'm gonna teach them, like literally she's thinking, I'm gonna teach them why Rule is the best and they should love him and I'll be there and I'm like, babe.
the way that she literally stands up for him when he is being or like excuses his behavior when he is being the biggest piece of shit actually pisses me the fuck off, because that's not unconditional love.
Yeah. And I'm also like, you can't, this family is fucked up, babe.
Yeah,
Like I know your parents kind of hate you or something, like, or they don't like you. These two don't even really like you. They only like her because they wanted her to marry their son that's dead, who was also only like 17, 16 or something when he died.
Yeah, technically, like I think 16 or whatever. So yeah. Oh no, because he would have been Rule's age, so he would have been 20 when he died.
So he died when he was 20, but they were holding out hope that he was going to marry his friend,
17-year-old,
the 17-year-old from high school. These parents need to get a grip, and we find out later how much of a grip they need. These two, Margot and whatever her husband,
Dale.
Margot and Dale.
Yeah. She kept being in the book being like, I have to keep this family together because they've shown me love when my family didn't show me love. And I'm like, literally, like, when? like
when? I know. And keeping this family together, babe, again, you are a college student. These are adults.
Yeah. It's not your job. Like, it's literally not your job.
You can't fix him, but she tries.
So a week passes. They decide not to do the brunches anymore. And Rule and his friends are out at a sports bar having beers. And they keep talking about, like, oh my God, the server is so fucking hot. You're going to be shocked at how hot she is. And because Rule came and joined late, he didn't know who it was. And surprise, it's Shaw.
And your friends have never seen her before? Like, she's your brother?
Yeah.
She wasn't at the funeral? But okay.
That was confusing to me also, because I'm like, he does get picked up by her every Sunday. So it's like there's not one time where the guys were over on a Sunday or Nash, the roommate, was there or whatever. Like, I don't know.
But I love that your thing. This is the first time he notices she's hot.
She's hot.
So he's like, you know what?
You know what? She's a babe. Like in her referee outfit. Yeah. But of course, he's mad because she's wearing like revealing clothes and like she's too good to be wearing revealing clothes and working at a sports bar, which is so annoying. But Gabe shows up and he's hassling Shaw because he wants to get back together with her. Rule gets really jealous when he realizes it's Gabe. So they get into an argument and Shaw is like, please just like leave. And they like almost get into a fist fight and Gabe eventually gets kicked out and banned from the restaurant. So this is like, I think I don't really want to talk about the violence in too much detail because I actually was shocked, and this is my fault because I never read trigger warnings, and like, it's
me neither. I'm like,
and then I get triggered, and then I'm mad, and like, which isn't fair. But this book, and like I should have given probably a more detailed trigger warning. It is actually really violent, and like these escalating forms of violence that Gabe is doing in a way that's like so concerning. You can see the pattern as the like omniscient reader, but yeah, even in the movie it's depict even a lot less than the book, and it's still like really, I think, hard to digest. So like
the entire existence of him as a character to me is like, so we did not need him. Like I don't know what point he's like she wanted to really hammer down the point. She's like, see this woman, this beautiful girl with a pre-med, like she's going to be a doctor and everything going for her, but she's so insecure or like something so fucked up with her that she is attracted to these loser men. Yeah. And she also can't stand up for herself. And then all the men are just toxic. So they're all fighting. Like, what are we learning? I'm like, now, and it's also supposed to make Rule like the hero. But actually, it just like, to me, it highlights how fucked up they all are.
I know. That's so true.
Okay, but okay, whatever. Here we are. And like again, I was like trying to read it, not to hate her. Like I was like, Denise, stop being such a feminist bitch all the time.
I know, that's me reading every single book, essentially.
I'm like, let go. But this one, honestly, it crossed a lot of the. But you know what?
It's fine. It's fun. But like it really does show like where your values are and stuff like that. So like I like that when it like reaffirms the values and the lessons that we've learned.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. So it's the next weekend and it's Shaw's 20th birthday, and she gets a full birthday makeover with her roommate Aiden, and they go out clubbing. And what a surprise, Rule is there. And so of course she's getting flirted with again with like another guy who she's not into. And Rule interrupts, and he notices that she's like so drunk that he takes her back to his apartment. And this is like, I hate it. I'm sorry for being such a hater, but like, if you are so drunk that you have to be taken out of the club, you should not be having sex.
And you know what she did in this that really made me be like, babe, I'm like, did you? Because again, I'm like hating on the author and the way that I'm like, are you trying to live out fantasies you never lived through? Because let me tell you what this is like. You're so drunk, and that he's still having, and he's in his brain trying to be the good guy. Like, she's so drunk and she's coming on to me. She's acting like she's never acted before. She's not like this, while fully being like, well, I'm going to take advantage of her being on to me.
No, literally, that is the clue. She's not acting like her normal self. So then it's like you literally leave and sleep on the couch.
Yeah, but he's like in his brain, he's like, I know she's so drunk, but I can't help myself. Like, I'm so hard, I can't stop now. That is actually what the shitty guy thinks. He's like, I know she's so drunk, I'm going to do it anyway. But now we're supposed to like him. Like, we heard what he's thinking.
No, that's
You're giving us his dual point of
view. Usually I'm okay with dual POV, but like, oh my God, I hated, like, everything was just like, cleavage, boobs, ass.
Because like we would want his point of view if there was something to learn from it, but I'm like, all in his brain that we were learning was what a piece of shit he is. I'm like, totally. What like a misogynistic pig who's also looking at her like how she's dressed too slutty. He's like, well, she's dressed like this, how could I say no? I'm like, what the fuck?
No, like literally. So yeah, also mind you, he forgot that it was her birthday.
I know. Oh God, I know. On top of everything, yeah, he forgot. Today's her birthday.
Yeah, so she's propositioning him and wants to have sex. Again, she's a virgin. So they start hooking up. This is it's so classic romance novel. And like it does really set, like, again, if I was reading this when I was 18, I would have been like, yeah, this is how it should be. He's like, that was the best sex I've ever had. I was like, with a girl that you just pulled out of a club for being drunk, that's never had sex before, or even like she didn't really hint at like doing other sexual things.
And he's even thinking to himself, he's like, I can't believe this is not only the best sex I've ever had, but she's the hottest girl I've ever. I was like, what the fuck?
No, but to give him 1 ounce of credit, he does say essentially every single time he's had sex, he's been drunk, or it's been with someone he doesn't know or doesn't care about. So I was like, okay, I will give you that. It is different when you have sex with someone that you respect and like. That is fair.
If you're sober and you know them, yeah, but like maybe that should be a lesson that he's learning is like, oh, maybe having meaningless drunken sex with people.
That is fine sometimes, but it's not what I want all the time. But the real kicker is that she comes.
Of course, like her first time. Yeah.
Penetration only. That's insane. Like,
she
literally
loves every goddamn minute of it. Yep, he doesn't have to do anything from missionary.
Yeah, I was like, literally name someone that's happened to.
And like with this guy who's also only ever had one night stands, notoriously men who only have casual sex with one night stands are not good in bed. They're not good in bed.
Thank
you. When did he learn how to be good? Who taught him? Nobody.
I literally think about that all the time, because you think about people that have like in their 30s or whatever that have never been in long-term relationships, and I guess like you could be sleeping with the same person for like months at a time and they don't deem it a relationship, but like sometimes I'm like, when I meet people that I'm like, it's literally only been one night stands or like maybe 2 or 3 times with the same person or whatever, I'm like, this is not good.
No, how would you learn anything? Like, or care enough to invest the time to care? Because if it's reality, he's like, she came, and then his brain would be like, she was faking an orgasm if she even knew how to do such a thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, how do you even know that she came?
I
Like,
know. So when he wakes up, she's already gone. But we kind of do get some more insight into Shaw's relationship with her mom, because she calls her for her birthday and she doesn't even say happy birthday. And she's just essentially like, you should date Gabe. So that's obviously tough. Another week passes and Shaw's at a coffee shop studying. Rule shows up and is like, I haven't stopped thinking about you. We should date, or I don't date, so we should be exclusive until we figure out what's going on between us. Which, like, I did like in this book that, like, he immediately says that, because I do feel like in a lot of books that follow this formula,
yeah,
they continue being not being shitty. They continue to either casually hook up, but it's not what they want. Like, I did appreciate that he, like, had sex with her once and was like, oh no, like, I'm locking in the best way that I can. Rule invites Shaw to his friend's metal show. The show rolls around, panicking because she hasn't talked to him. He's panicking because she hasn't been in communication with him, and he's scared that she's not going to show up because this isn't her scene, obviously, but she does. I also liked this because I'm like, I don't know if guys do this, but, like, this is something that I'm always doing. Like, oh my God, he hasn't, like, texted that he's, like, on his way. Am I going to get stood up?
Yeah.
So it was, like, nice to see it from, like, a guy's POV.
Yeah, him panicking. Yeah. As he should have been a little bit. Like, I do think they panic about the girl not showing up, but more like because of their own ego. It's not like, you know, not like, I really liked her so much, I'll be so bummed if she doesn't like me back. Like, is this bitch pulling me off? Like,
no, literally that. But they have to cut their night a little early because Nash, his roommate's super drunk, so they leave to take him home. They hook up again. Another week passes and Shaw has to go back to her parents' house for a brunch. Gabe calls her because he also has to go and he wants to carpool. And so she tells this to Rule, like, I'm going to be carpooling with Gabe. And he gets mad and stops talking to her.
Which, like, also, again, like, Shaw, what the fuck? First of all, you're breaking up with it. Why do you have to carpool? Be like, get a car, you broke loser. Like,
totally. I thought the exact same thing. Like, why didn't she just say no?
Why didn't she just say no? And also, your parents, like, your mom who allegedly forgot your birthday, which is like your parents are already shitty apparently, but, like, that's, like, so specifically horrible for your mom to remember your birthday, but then you're beholden to go home for brunch. Was it because of money? Like, do you want to cut off from them or something? I don't know
because she also drives a Beamer, but then she does have that shitty sports bar job, so I don't know if it's, like, tied to money, like, why she still talks to them.
Yeah,
she ends up going to her parents and she's really upset, so she texts Rule an apology. And I thought this was fair too, because I feel like he should have texted her and been like, sorry, I blew up and haven't been texting you. I'm just scared. And then, but I do think she should have been like, know what? It was dumb of me to do this because that is my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
I didn't need to, but I just felt like I needed to people please or whatever. Like, I wish they had that conversation, but they don't.
Why would they? Because that is such a real...
Why would they do that? So because they haven't talked in a few days, Rule is, like, drunk at a bar, makes out with a girl, and Aiden, the roommate, calls Shaw and is like, hey, by the way, like, there is a redhead all over Rule at the bar. And she throws her phone and breaks it. So then he is now trying to get a hold of her to apologize because he knows he fucked up, especially after Rome, like, talks some sense into him. But when he can't get a hold of her, he drives to Brookside. And he gets to the parents' house and the mom won't let him in. But Shaw overhears and comes to the door. And he apologizes and he admits that he made out with somebody. And she accepts his apology and invites him into brunch. And this is just, you've watched Vanderpump Rules, right? Yeah. This just really reminds me of a Vanderpump Rules relationship where it's like, I guess Tom and Ariana maybe, but it's like if he cheats on you within like the first like 6 weeks, like they weren't like boyfriend, girlfriend, but they were like exclusively dating. So
by
like
his own request. And it's also like,
yeah.
you couldn't, like, that was how you handled your emotions this quickly. This isn't. But this is also who this man is. It's another, like, again, it's like with trying to date Jax Taylor and thinking he's not going to do this to you, even though he did this to every single woman he's ever slept with.
Exactly. And like the thing is that you're right. This argument was kind of peanuts. And if he reacts like this, when you have a real argument, he's going to be reacting way poorer.
And it's also like your parents, we already know that your parents don't like him.
Yeah.
Genius idea. Invite him in now. After just like, wow, you're setting yourself up for fucking failure here.
I know, you really are. So everyone at the brunch is looking at Rule like he's some freak. Also, I keep saying brunch, but like, was it dinner? No, I guess it was the next day. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
But he's a kind of a freak. He's coming in like this tattoo, apparently purple-haired mohawk tattoo on his tongue, on his mouth, on his lip, on his eyes, on his dick. Like, this man is tattooed from teeth to like toes and you know, that like, you know, we can get the family a little bit of a who is this? Like, guy with the mohawk coming in here with purple hair. Any family, even the nicest, would be like, oh, welcome, but like, whoa,
what's up? Yeah.
Interesting, you know?
No, fucking good point. But then he realizes one of his clients is there. So then they like start to chat and kind of things dissipate. The tension dissipates. But Shaw leaves the room and Gabe follows her and starts getting mad at her, obviously, because Rule is there, and hurts her wrist. So Rule finds her and they leave to go back to his apartment because obviously that's really scary. She had like bruises on her wrist. She just like goes to sleep. How does he wake her up, Denise?
He wakes her. I had to go back because also this part where I was like, okay, what are we doing here now? She wakes up to him eating her out, which again, I'm like, is this post 2011, 2012 when we were like, you know what? Consent me. Like, nobody wants to be like, you know, it's all fine and good, sure.
Also,
with her.
This is probably her first time being
her first time. I'm like, she's asleep. And I remember this one guy when I was like trying to explain shit to him, and this is recently when he was like, well, is it rape if a girl falls asleep while you're having sex with her? And I was like,
stop. If you keep going, yes.
And I'm like, because even in this situation, it's like they didn't. It's just such a weird way for the author to even written it out. Like, this is supposed to be, this guy is a good guy. Goes to show me that he never probably, consent doesn't really mean much to him. And it's like, even if she wanted, if he's like, I think she wants to be eaten out. Nobody wants to be woken up. It's just a weird.
Well, some people do. Yeah. Some people do want this.
Find that out, you know, like find that out.
But find that out and gain consent.
Yeah, beforehand. Like you could just like wake her up a little bit and be like, do you want to hook up? And then yes, like.
Thank you. Especially because a lot of things that people don't talk about when they talk about consent is that obviously sleep is like, I think, talked about a lot. Drunk, talked about a lot. Incapacitated. But when you are also recovering from like a traumatic incident where she just experienced violence from her ex-boyfriend, you also aren't in a headspace to really give consent. So like, this was so bad. And
at the first time a boy's ever gone down on her, she was asleep.
Yeah, because she was like, this is like really intimate. Like, this has never really happened before. And I was like, oh my God. But know what sucked about this? I thought the two hottest lines from the book happened during this scene. So I was like, oh, this sucks. So he says, no one has ever been as sweet as you. And then I like having you at my mercy, which I think actually Shaw says to Rule when she's on top. But this is when they end up having sex with no condom.
Has she seen his dick piercing yet?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
But I just want to clarify in case no one, because some people listen to this podcast and don't read the books. So I just want to clarify. I'll give you a little mental picture. Make sure you're not eating and sitting down for this one. But he has a Jacob's ladder piercing, which essentially is a ladder shaped like 6, 8, 10 piercings on, I think, the top of your dick or the bottom. I can't even remember, which low-key is insane to me because I just feel like I'm not even that yucked out by genital piercings. I feel like one is a lot easier to comprehend though than like a fucking Jacob's ladder piercing. But I just, with genital tattoos, I just think about, especially with guys' dicks, I'm just always like, the cleanliness aspect of this is just not good.
But yeah, that Jacob's, I didn't know that was that many. I was just like one.
Oh, Google it.
One penis piercing alone, because it's also just like,
no, he had his tip pierced, and then he had like, it's like 10 like barbell piercings down either the top or the bottom. I did look up pictures, but I like couldn't tell, because also you can just like fully get your like scrotum pierced, and I'm like, it just seems like just like any like clit piercings or anything. I'm like, this feels like this would hurt so bad.
But it is a shock.
This is a shock. This is like probably, I would say Jacob's ladder, and like I feel like I feel like I do know most piercings. I feel like this is like the most intense you could have. This and like gauges, like.
But you're right on the cleaning of it. This doesn't get crusty. Every little thing, like, yeah.
Anything that's touching it, I feel like would just get crusty. And when she eventually does go down on him, again, if it was like the cleanest thing, like sure, whatever, that's not gonna, I guess it's not gonna like bother me, but I'm like, I don't trust.
I'm sorry. Have you ever, what penis have you ever looked at and been like, this is the cleanest penis? Like, this guy definitely like scrubs very well. Like,
and salines his piercings.
Not
like,
once. I've never.
Ew, I'm disgusted.
And it's like, what? Like, we just like we've had to be around enough men to know, and like, you know, that adding another layer there of which they need to be responsible for, like really getting the details of cleaning. It's just yikes.
It's actually disgusting.
Yeah, no, and like every time he has sex, is he really scrubbing it down there? Down it.
Well, that's the other piece, is like, I bet he is more susceptible to STIs. Yeah, which doesn't bode well for his lifestyle.
Yeah. But he's never had sex with a woman twice enough to find out like that she did or didn't enjoy it. But we'll find out. And Shaw's never seen a penis without this. She'll never know.
She'll never know. She'll never know one without.
She's like, they're all just crusty like this. It's fine.
Ew. So after sex, they're just having some pillow talk, and she admits that the Archer family didn't really know who Remy was, and that he was different from everyone else. And she didn't care that everyone thought that they were dating, because she's like trying to clarify that to him. At which point did you realize Remy was gay?
1,000. I was like, wait a minute. Like, there's going to be a reason that, like, okay, this twin brother and her. First of all, there's no like straight guy at your school coming to defend you in high school. You know, like, definitely gay. Like, you know what I mean? And like the nicer brother, cool. He was just as hot, but like, you know, but it's just so funny that the reaction that we're acting like, again, even in 2011, like, this is such a big revelation that's about to come forward. Like,
it was like, there's a huge secret that he didn't, and he's different than everyone else.
Yeah, like, and you're definitely not gonna have it. You're not gonna have any idea. You're not gonna have any idea what it could be.
I'm never gonna tell you.
Yeah, it's like, okay, because also then now it makes his parents wishing and hoping that Remy, their other son, was like dating this girl. It makes it even weirder as we get progressively closer to the point.
I didn't think of that. He drops her off at school, and she like introduces him as her boyfriend, so they're like official. And then Roman and Rule try to patch things up with his family, but they continue to argue. Rule gets upset and leaves, but then his dad finds him and apologizes and says, "I love you." And he was like, "I haven't heard I love you in a really long time." And this is like, and I was like, oh yeah, you are like fucked up. Like, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Majorly. Shaw goes to the marked tattoo shop for the first time. And this is another thing that is just like so teenager writing, like on Wattpad. But like a random girl goes in trying to find and hook up with Rule. And it's like, that's just never happened in real life.
Where she's so desperate. She's like, where is the only hot guy in this town who she's been like, shit, where is he? And like desperate for him. It's like,
literally, it's like, I only want to see Rule. Like, it's like, this guy probably, is not good in bed. Yeah. Has like weird fucking hair, like.
Yeah, but like she's desperate, and like, but again, it's like from even again, Shaw's like perspective is like looking at this girl like, what a desperate slutty loser. She's not like me. It's like, oh my god.
Exactly. But Cora, the shop manager, turns Liza away.
She's banging on the door. She's like, where are you?
Yeah. No, literally, it's like, get out of here. Like, Rule doesn't want to see you.
You whore. Really
like, she's like on her knees, like begging. So weird.
Crazy.
And then Cora is like, oh my God, you're Shaw, Rule's girlfriend. Like, I'm so shocked that these guys have girlfriend. Like, that these guys would ever have a girlfriend, especially Rule. She's just like in absolute shock.
Yeah, she's like, are you sure? Like, man. Yeah, it's like shocking. And she's like thinking about it, like, oh my God, I know he never wanted to settle for anyone but me.
Cora knows him.
Yeah. he just cheated on you like a day ago. But yeah, literally, you won the prize, babe. You won.
So weeks pass. Okay, I liked this part too because I thought this book actually contained a lot of happy chapters, which kind of made the book a lot slower. But I find in so many romance novels, we actually don't get to really see the couple being happy. So I did actually, till the like literal epilogue.
Yeah.
So I did appreciate that there was like 3 chapters in the middle where they just like are enjoying each other's company and stuff. But there is a point where he's like watching a movie or something and she's like studying next to him. He's like, I'm getting panicky because this is so easy and this works so well and like this freaks me out. But he says that to her, which I thought was really sweet. And she does like accept that and like it's like kind of like I know, which I like. But I don't like when couples, and this is what he did to her when he ate her out, and she's like essentially returning the favor. To soothe him, she goes down on him. Yeah, he can't believe it. And he almost wants to stop her because only whores get on their knees, apparently. And this is the full dick pierced reveal.
And like only whores get it. It's like also like he's again, author working through some shit where she's like, I'm the Madonna, but I'm also the mayor. Like, yes. I have to be the version. And she's like, the idea, because then it's like only whores, but like, she's not a whore and she's on her knees. I'm like, yeah, let's unpack.
And this is again, the best blowjob I've ever had. And I'm like, no, those take skill.
Yeah, like, oh, her first one ever that she's ever given.
Yeah.
And it's also like, was it you in your brain? Like, maybe it's you were looking at these girls like they were whores the whole time, but it was you that had the problem. And like,
no, literally.
I just respect this girl, so you're not looking at her that way, but no.
I know, I hate that. Like,
and imagine the first penis you ever see has that Jacob's ladder. That is crazy.
It's crazy work. And I have an even crazier story to tell you at the end of this.
Oh my God.
Not IRL, just a part of this.
Oh, damn. Okay.
No, I have never hooked up. Have you ever hooked up with anybody? Or I don't even know anyone that has a dick piercing.
Well, no, me neither. Maybe I'm a square, but like I don't know. Like
maybe I'm a loser square.
Yeah,
I'm Shaw essentially.
I know, and like I went to art school, like an art
so
college.
You should have seen some.
Anywhere it would have been then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no,
they hook up and then they go to leave, and her BMW is vandalized, which again, this like escalating violence. I'm like, please, like, do something. This is getting like so fucking scary.
I know. I know. Seriously. Like, and it's like, who was it? Obviously Gabe. Yeah. Obviously Gabe.
The only person that it could be. Rule sees Gabe at Shaw's college. He threatens about the car and about her wrist, and she gets really upset because he's being violent as well. But some time passes. Shaw gets her nipples pierced from Cora as a sign of like rebellion.
Like, you could have got a nose ring, babe. Like,
let's start with a second hole in your ears.
Yeah, I know. She's like, nipple piercing. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
With that being said, I've literally always considered getting my nipples pierced. Is that crazy?
No, it's not crazy, because if you've like thought about it, then do it.
I like kind of want to, but I'm scared. I do also think of like just like the dick piercings. I feel like it's in such a sensitive location.
I know. Like if it gets stuck on a sweater, I would be so.
If it gets stuck, get an infection, it would be in such a sensitive area. Or just like sometimes when your nipples show when you like in a sports bra, something like that, then you're truly just also revealing your pierced nipples. And I've heard that it can like maybe sometimes affect like the sensitivity or whatever. So
it also feels like a piercing to me. Because it feels like one that like a man would enjoy, and I don't
Don't, yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
and
I've
so
never been
opt out of
swayed to
that.
do it. Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's for his pleasure. Fuck off.
No thanks.
But for yourself, but yeah, all those like the drawbacks of like, but I mean, if it was that scary, then people wouldn't get it. I'm sure
Wouldn't
there's like,
do
wait,
it.
yeah.
Because like Kendall Jenner, doesn't she have them pierced? Like, I don't know. I
And
like
I'm
that
sure you
look.
can get like a small enough band, like whatever, so that's not like,
Like, so,
yeah,
crazy.
because you
I
can't see
know.
your, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I would want it like small and stuff like that. I don't know. I always just thought, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, like
I think do it. When I was in college, I got my nose pierced for a bit, my belly button when Britney Spears did it.
oh, love.
And all regrets I don't have, but you know, I've never regretted, but I had to, you know, I feel like there's some you could get too crazy where then it might leave a scar, but also who the fuck cares?
Yeah, because I feel like
You can always
that
take them
actually-
out. Yeah.
You're right though, because like your belly button, you can see like the scar or like the hole or whatever. But like, you're right. On nipples, you probably wouldn't.
Yeah, and it's not like a tattoo. Like it's not permanent
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah. Well,
No.
next time I see you, maybe I'll give you
Yeah, I
a
know.
little
Next,
show
before
over
you
Zoom.
before you have the next episode, you have to come back and get it and tell everyone who listens like how it went.
Literally. Also the pain. Like, also that. It seems like, because like, yeah, any piercing really hurts. So
Yeah.
there's also that.
Yeah.
Anyways, she goes and visits Remy's grave. Then she just feels tired. So Rule is like wanting to hang out with her. And she just says, like, I've got a migraine, so I'm going to stay home. And then she's pissed because he says, okay, instead of just coming over. And that is again so toxic. Like,
I know. And like so young.
it's
like
so young. Like, he should have known that I actually just want him to come over or whatever. And it's like, well, then just say that you want him to come over. Like, it's so crazy. He's just respecting your autonomy.
I know, and like not even for that long, because he's also in his brain annoyed that she's saying don't come over. He's like, God, this fucking bitch, you're not telling me to come over.
No,
Like,
literally. And so they're still like, it's weird after the confronting Gabe situation.
yeah,
So days pass, they're like not really talking, but the Archer family has a dinner. So Shaw goes, and it's really awkward. So then Rule and Shaw start kind of bickering in front of the parents. So then they have to admit that they're dating. And this is so sad because like Margot essentially treats, allegedly, we haven't seen it, but allegedly
Yeah.
treats Shaw like a daughter. And then she's mad that she's dating her son.
like this is the thing. What about the toxic moms? I guess like because
So
Margot,
bad.
she's not even mourning the loss of her son. She is mourning the loss of her son, one son. But the way that she reacts to Shaw about dating the other son that's still alive as a twin, she's like, how could you date him of all, like,
Literally, it's
loser?
like,
He's a loser.
you're gonna lose your second son, your like quote unquote daughter.
Yeah, who like she's openly like, I wish it was him that died. Like very bizarro.
That's crazy. That's his twin. Do you
His
think he's
twin.
not like he's probably feeling so guilty and so fucked up? Clearly, look at his life.
Clearly lived his life, and then I don't want to pull the trigger too soon, but is this? Oh, thank God! When
Yeah,
Shaw
this is
says
the gay reveal.
he reveals he was gay. The entire fucking family's reaction was insane.
Insane. So Rule is mad because he's like, no, that's my twin. He would have told me. And it's like, no, he wouldn't, because you are shitty.
And also your reaction is like, first of all, in what, like, none of you are even like, take a second to be like, wait, was that like, could that, they're like, it could have been. How dare you say that about him? You're a fucking liar, you dumb bitch, Shaw. Like, you're lying about her brother. He would have told us, and that would have never be him because he's not gay.
She's
What?
like, and then she's like, no, he straight up had a boyfriend in Denver.
It's so mad. The mom is like, how, even the parents at first.
But then Dale all of a sudden is like, oh yeah, I kind of like knew that. So I'm like, I'm so confused. Did you not know, or did you know?
And then we find out the parents did, but the mom was still happy that Shaw was a beard because it made her son not have to be openly gay. And I'm like, what is this? What in the toxic bullshit is going on here? Like, what the fuck?
It's crazy work.
But both, like the older brother storms out. He leaves the house. He's so
yeah.
angry that she would say that his brother was gay. I'm like,
I'm hoping, this is a generous interpretation, but I'm hoping that they're upset because
he didn't tell them.
yeah, and they think that they know somebody and they don't. So,
but like they could have had the reaction. I guess that's why also everyone's like holding their breath at the end of Heated Rivalry, because you're like, how are his parents going to act? Like, spoiler alert, I guess. If you haven't seen episode 6, which not my problem, but like how his mom react and like how she was, it wasn't like, oh, I'm not upset because you told me. I'm upset that I wasn't as safe, and like they didn't internalize anything. And we never really get them being like, wow, I must have failed him. Like, I feel so awful. No one
says a blink. Like this, now it's like over. They don't talk about it.
No, and then like the dad like is like, well, we did, and then the mom is her coming to terms with it. It's like, well, I guess I was just really hoping that you could have dated him, but now I guess since you couldn't, and he's dead and he was gay, I guess fine. It could be my other son, I guess. Like, ugh.
But like if it has to be.
It has to be. Ugh.
So Shaw, like they essentially like break up here fully, or like they just continue, and she like tries to like just move on with her life. Her mom's stoked that he's not in her life anymore. And then this is like so fucked up. And I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty details. I actually, since I was listening to audiobook, kind of like fast forwarded. So I don't even really have all the details. But Gabe follows Shaw home and assaults her. And Aiden finds her and they go to the hospital together. And then Rule shows up and he feels really guilty for not being there. Obviously, that's bringing up stuff like about his brother. And then they break up because they just like can't figure their shit out.
Oh, and I forgot, like, also the part of Gabe that she puts in there that we didn't know is like his dad is, of course, like,
like a judge,
a judge on
like
the court,
justice or something. Yeah.
So that explains away why they weren't ever pressing charges against him.
You're right. Thank you. That's actually a key detail. Yes, thank you. So she gets discharged, and a few days later, it's Rule's birthday. So I guess they're probably both the same star signs. I don't know. He goes to visit Remy's grave, and Margot meets him for lunch and apologizes. And then that night, it's his birthday, and Shaw goes to the party. They apologize to each other, and he, with a marker, tattoos a sacred heart on her hand and puts his name in it. And he's like, I'm giving you my heart, don't break it. And they hook up, and he sees the nipple rings for the first time, and he's shook to his core. They say, I love you. And then we get the epilogue 8 months later. Shaw is covered in tattoos, which we can discuss what are good and bad ones. And she's moved into Rule and Nash's apartment.
Yeah. And this moved fast. And like, again, like, you know what? You can't think I was like, Denise, let it go. Like, why? You know, it's fine. I'm sure. I don't know what's going on in these other Marksmen books. I'm like, do I have to, are we reading up about Gabe? Are we reading up about Rome and like his love? Is that what happens like later?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I could be there for all these men. Like,
well, not Gabe, but Rome for sure. Nash and Jet and stuff.
And like
that.
But there's women, like a lot of people love this series. From what I could,
God,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
That you know, I like. You would think the Billionaires Boys Club. That one didn't. I feel like this one was to me more like sexist and misogynistic in so many ways. Than the writing didn't bother me in the other. Even when it's like, there's just something about it that I just don't think Jay Crownover is my, because it's even like,
just wait, is she the writer of Billionaires?
No, she's not. It's the writer of this one. Like, I think the Billionaires Boys Club series. What was the one that we did? Like,
oh yes, with Praise by Sarah Kate.
Like,
yes, thank you.
There's a lot in that book that I could criticize. Like, but
yes, but it actually was more. Yes, you're right, modern and stuff like that.
Like,
yes,
just the writing is so juvenile in a way that's like, for talking about such heavy topics, because that's the other thing. She wanted to hit on, like, okay, coming out of the closet. Okay, that was one little.
Oh my god! Also, it's so funny when Shaw's like, he was a homosexual. Yeah. I was
like, what?
I was like, is this the 80s?
What is going on? What is going on, actually? And like, but then also we're dealing with like domestic violence, and then we're also dealing with like death of a brother, death of a child, all this other stuff. That I'm like, okay, if you want to talk about heavy topics and like explore really like important issues, you can't do it when you're this immature.
100%. That being said, I had a great time reading it still. Like, goes down easy.
It's such a quick read. That's why I'm like, people should read just to see, because if you can read it from a lens of like, from when you were looking, you know, it's fun. Yeah, it's easy. It was so, you could read it in a day, like 2 hours. I feel
literally.
Like 3 hours.
I want to ask you, if you had to pick one of Shaw's tattoos, which one would you get? So she, at the end of the book, ends up getting the Sacred Heart with Rule's name in it, a Grim Reaper, a snowstorm, a horseshoe with Remy's name in it, and then he gets Casper the Ghost. Which tattoo would you get of all of those?
I mean, she threw his name in every, like, that was like, we didn't need that. We didn't need that. Like, a heart that didn't have his name in it.
Yeah, I like Sacred Hearts. Yeah. I also like horseshoes.
Yeah. Without his name in it.
Without his name.
What was his reasoning for getting the Casper the Ghost? Was it for his brother?
He calls her Casper
Oh,
the
because
Ghost.
she's so pale.
Yeah, because she's so pale and skinny. Okay, let's get into our roundtable discussions. Not much on the internet, like you said. It is really beloved, so I'm, surprised. But again, if I read this in 2012, I would have.
I know. If I read it again, if I had read it in 2012, 2013, I think if I'd read it 10 years ago, I would have loved it.
Me too.
It is reading it in 2026 when you're like, oh,
yeah,
oof,
it's so
ow.
bad.
Yeah. It's like, damn.
Okay, another wonder why. An unanswered question for the listeners. What hair color do you think is best on Rule? Red, purple, or white? Those are all the colors he dyes it in the book.
I think I was never attracted to him from the jump because he's just wasn't my cup of tea from the beginning.
I know.
But like, I don't know, what color do you think would have been like
purple?
I'm imagining him as like Matt Smith in that movie with Austin Butler.
Yeah.
You know, like if that, but that was like in the 90s, you know, like grunge, like cool, British, 2011. Okay. Why not make her 21 is such a good question. Why?
Yes. Okay, this pissed me off because she turns 20 and then she uses a fake ID to go to the club. Just why didn't she turn 21 on her birthday?
That was so annoying. And because they even had the whole like discussion of like having to use a fake ID, blah, blah. I'm like, we could get over it because it was not even consequential. She didn't get in trouble for using the.
I know. Is it because if she was a virgin at 21, that would be like loser? Because I'm like 20 versus 21 is nothing.
No different. So that he could be like, what are you doing in this club? To also to be like, you're a good girl. You're not supposed to be in the club with the rest of us bad
you're
kids.
20. What the hell are you doing here?
Yeah, I don't know. That was annoying. That was
so fucking annoying. Okay, grapes and grumbles, like I have more. These are nitpicky problems we have with the book. We already talked about the boys' names, Remy, Rome, and Rule, but also Shaw isn't that great either.
Yeah, also a weird name. What the fuck?
So weird. And Aiden, the spelling of that was brutal. Yeah, okay, I also hate, and we've talked about this extensively, but I hate when people have trauma. Obviously, this is like one of the hardest things that you would ever have to experience in your life. And that doesn't mean you can be an absolute dick.
No, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like men will use any trauma. Like they don't even need this much to be like, to make punish women, like punish you for the rest of their life. Like, my parents got divorced when I was 16. I'm so fucked up. You're like, you're 40. We really have to work through this.
Gotta move on. Like, again, I'm not saying move on, but like, I'm just like, don't be a fucking dick.
But the way he was dealing with his trauma was like by promiscuously like treating women like shit and like not dealing with his own issues. It was, none of it was like, it didn't impact any part of his life except his relationships with women, which is a weird thing for that. Which is a weird thing for your twin brother to die, and like now your relationships with women are fucked.
Like, and he does drink a lot, but like he doesn't do drugs. He like has a steady job. Like nothing else really in his life is like really
falling apart.
Yeah. Rome calls Shaw little girl, like that's his nickname for her. That was so weird.
Reading it from the 2026, I'm like, this is disgusting.
It's so bad. And then the last thing I wanted to say that I clocked at the end, and I probably wouldn't have clocked this in 2012, it's low-key war propaganda.
Oh my God. That another thing. I'm like, okay, we're like in the midst of like, we're just getting unraveled from the fucking Iraq war. And it is so, oh my, like clearly. Yeah. It's like military propaganda, which a lot of people, it hits you out of nowhere.
It's so subtle because obviously they just talk about Rome being like such a good guy coming back from war, and then
as they all come home like very normal and like not at all like no impact from like the decades-long war that we swept them in.
Totally. And then like there's a client. So I was like, if that was one thing, fine, whatever. But then Rule has a client that was like fighting in the Afghanistan, like, yeah. And like, they were just talking about how like valiant he was and stuff. And I was like, this is weird to slip this in. It was completely unnecessary.
And I just feel like I can tell who she voted for in those two. Like, you know what I mean? Like back then, and honestly, now
And we
a little
know her
bit.
voting records.
And like I'm
Yeah.
honestly pretty sure I could guarantee you I
She
could
either
make
is a no voter or a Republican
a
voter.
Republic, absolutely. And
Yeah.
like, because even I even left because I like had to block this out because there's even a moment while Shaw is sleeping where Rule has a thought where she looks like she's 16. Do you
Oh
remember? Like,
God, no, I didn't even catch
and I was
that.
like, ick. It's like when she first, it's like right after they first hook up the first time, and he's like, she just looks so like so sweet and innocent, like a little like she looks 16. I'm like,
Oh,
why are you
I
thinking
hate
about that?
that.
I'm like, she's 20. I'm like, she's not that much further away, you creep.
No,
But
literally.
yeah, they are the army. I was like, what the fuck? But
Yeah, I was just like, what is? Because I was like, oh, maybe this has something to do with Rome or something like that. No, it was just a random scene to tell us
yeah,
how good the army is.
yeah, and I'm like, if you had to tell us that in 2011, you were writing from a place of like, we knew better. What the hell? You know?
100%.
But
Okay, our side character spotlight, our nomination for an unforgettable supporting character who deserves their due. I had to give it to Aiden. Like, what did you think?
yeah, because like,
She was a good friend.
she was a good friend.
Yeah.
She was the only girl that Shaw got along with, it seemed. So that's like,
Yeah. And Cora by the end, but
yeah, I'm sure.
Cora was annoying, I thought.
Yeah, like, yeah, you working in the tattoo shop, okay, like, you know. But I wonder if this girl, Aiden, oh, the next book is, I was gonna say, is she,
Yeah.
there we go. And who's Jet?
Yeah, so sequels group are tea on any upcoming sequels seasons and the general reception. The next book is Jet, who is the metalhead, the
Oh,
singer in the movie, and Aiden, the roommate, which I don't know if I'm going to read on. I don't know.
I'm out of
might.
here. I'm
Okay.
out.
That's
Because
good to know.
only because of the writer. I just
No, you're right.
but I am a little bit
There's
curious.
so many good books. Why would I
There's so many
read
good
on?
books. I know, and it's
You're right.
just, but it is on Kindle Unlimited for free. So that's how I read it. That's like the one.
And it's just so, like, it is, if you just need an absolute no-brainer book
Yeah.
to just rip through on a rainy weekend.
And to remind you, like, God, I'm so glad I don't think like this anymore.
Literally that.
Because it really
Yeah.
was like a reminder of like, how bleak shit was in 2011, 2010, when we really were not even yet coming to terms with like any of these ideas being like bad yet. Like we
Totally.
were, but we weren't like aware of it, and the culture hadn't shifted. So being back in that headspace was interesting, but then also like, oh God, I remember thinking when this would have worked on me.
100%.
God.
I was like wishing it would work like this.
I
when
know,
was a
I
teen.
know. I know. Seriously.
So crazy. They also have a full spin-off series, Forever Marked, and a second generation series called Saints of Denver that covers like Shaw and Rule's kids.
Of course, because of course they get married. This is how the story would,
Yeah.
of course, this is how it would end. We could all foresee them getting married, living happy. Like, come on. What the fuck? Like,
No, literally.
it's insanity. Watch her not have gone to medical school. Like, sure, she drops out.
Well, yeah, it's like you're so badass, but you like find your wife at 23. I don't know.
Yeah, and like she's 20, and like when did they?
Yeah, and then they get married. That's crazy work.
Again, I know who she voted for. So
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the movie. It's called Marked Men, Rule and Shaw. It's on Amazon Prime. It came out January 22nd, 2025 in theaters, like a limited theater run. And then July 8th, 2025 on streaming. It stars Chase Stokes as Rule, Sydney Taylor as Shaw, Alexander Ludwig as Rome, and Paul Johannesson, who is the dad in One Tree Hill, as Dale. That's why I included him. And the author worked as a consultant. The director was Nick Cassavetes, who is the director of The Notebook and My Sister's Keeper, which is crazy.
yeah.
And Sharon So Boyle wrote the script, who wrote the scripts for After We Fell and After Ever Happy.
So the after movie, I only saw the first one because I
Yeah,
never
me
read the
too.
books. But people, were they not happy with them? Because I don't know what
I
the.
think, yeah, I don't know. People were not happy with this one. Spoiler alert.
Well, here's the thing. I know the director, okay, The Notebook, he could be, and it was beautifully shot, to be honest with you. But the
Yeah.
script was so bad. But
Yeah.
judging from the source material, I'm like, of all the books that get adaptations, why the fuck this one? Like,
That's what I wanted to ask. That's literally, and in 2025, like I could have seen this becoming like like a 2015 movie.
It's just like
But it seems
shocking.
crazy. It's really, really, really shocking.
And because of just how bad it's like so bad, but I don't even blame I think the
It's
actor,
so bad.
it's not even
Yeah.
their fault. Like, even though
No, I know. Again, though, I really had a good time. It's like a 90-minute turn your brain off. I made like a Valentine's Day chocolate smorgasbord, jumped in my PJs, and like I had a good time. Like, it's LOL funny.
I tried to watch it too soon after I finished Heated Rivalry. I did.
Oh God, yeah, no, that would be so bad. That would
And
be
it was
so
okay,
bad.
but I was like, I can lose my brain. But Chase Stokes,
Oh my God, let's talk about him.
what? I don't, and I was like, maybe he's just not my cup of tea. But on Outer Banks, I'm like, okay, he's playing this guy. But then he dated that very pretty girl, he acts with.
Yeah,
Okay. Then he dated
Madeline
Kelsey
Klein.
Ballerini. I'm like, okay, so girls he must be attractive. Whose type is, but like, who are there?
He is the most generic white man I have ever seen in my entire life. I'm gonna look up his height.
And like in a bad way of like generic, but like, I feel like you would still be, but like he believes himself to be better than like, I feel like he's not a nice guy generic. He's like a douche generic that
Yeah, so okay, he's 6'1", that's 185 centimeters. Okay, he just like, to me, it's so funny because I do really feel like I don't have that like crazy of taste. Like I feel like some people are like 6 feet, like has to have, like can't have blonde hair, like can't have ABCD. Like I feel like I'm not like that crazy. Like I used to have like a crush on Pete Davidson. So
no,
it's
and it's also like blonde. Okay, I like Austin Butler,
yeah,
Connor Story. Connor Story's a generic, like,
totally.
but are those two generic looking? I don't even think so. I think they're like just
No.
attractive.
But he is so, he's like truly to me, like so ugly.
Yeah, I think too.
Like,
I think so too.
So ugly.
And it's not the blonde hair. It's not the blonde hair. It's like
not.
kind of his vibe. Also, he kind of does seem like a douche in general.
It's his vibe. And I also think in recent years, he got a lot of filler done.
That's definitely, there's something going on with his mouth.
In his cheeks and his mouth.
And the girl who's playing Shaw is so pretty. Like, she really is so pretty that I'm like, and we're having to see this poor, pretty, beautiful girl throwing herself at this goddamn loser. And I'm like,
Loser.
Please.
With that being said, again, ugliest man, he looked, I feel like, the best he's ever looked in this movie, which again isn't great, but like it was shocking to me because I'm like, yeah, because I'm just like, to me, like I'm looking at pictures of him on Google and it just is really tragic. But yeah, people don't know he's the main, I guess the main star of Outer Banks. I never actually watched the show, but he's like in the main cast.
Yeah. I
talk about him a lot on Ready to Be Petty because of the Kelsey Ballerini drama. So he doesn't even like seem like that great of a person either. So I'm just so confused, like why he's famous, truly. Like I don't know. And like his acting isn't super great. Like it's just.
And like also the character, I understand they were like, we can't have this mohawked color, this. So, but then this guy is just like not even he's so even not good at pretending to play. Like he's not working like at all. But he is he's like a douche boy. Like he's a shitty boy.
He's like shitty, but he's not like bad boy.
I couldn't. This scene though too, when she's drunk and like coming home, was even more ridiculous in the movie depiction.
My god, that actually. Oh my god. So if people didn't watch the movie, she like gets up on a pool table and she's like meowing like a cat. Like it's so bad. It's like and she takes her clothes off when he like does not invite that at all. Like it's just so bad. And she actually says, which is a difference than in the book, but she says like, I've always been in love with you before they even hook up for the first time.
And she is like, we're seeing her being like, she's obsessed with him. She's obsessed with him. All of her friends know, like, well, you love Rule so much. And
it's like, worse like seeing it than reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And a lot of people on Reddit hated that he didn't look like the description in the book, but it's like I thought that made sense because no one would have watched it if
But then it makes the choice of this adaptation even weirder. I'm like,
I
why did we adapt
know.
this book?
I don't know. I don't know. So some other differences is yeah, no piercings. Shaw is not blonde, but I think he does still call her Casper. I can't actually remember. This is the part that I didn't get because this is just literally the antithesis of the book, but she is already cut off from her parents. So she wears like normie clothes and she drives a normie car and she works at the bar to get money. And I was like, then why are you still like people pleasing with your mom? It made no sense. Cause I'm like, that's the whole point is she's supposed to be prissy and uptight and he's supposed to be bad.
Yeah. So then him not being attracted to her this whole time is even weirder. Where you're like, oh,
she's just normal. So why didn't, yeah, it was so weird.
yeah.
It's so weird. And then fucking, this was crazier. He fully sleeps with somebody in the movie instead of just makes out. Why would they change that? Because like making out, I still wouldn't like. To me, that is just, you are looking into the future and it's not bright.
Yeah.
But sleeping is like not even a gray area. That is like an absolute no. And I cannot believe they changed that.
They're like, how do we make him more toxic? He doesn't have purple hair, so we have to really, ratchet up a notch with like him being a cheater.
It's crazy work. That was so crazy. They changed Rule's mom to be an addict in the movie. And I actually liked this change because I think it would have been hard. There would have just had to been so many scenes with the parents depicting their relationship and all of the family's issues, where this one only needed one scene to kind of know what was going on. So I actually thought that was really smart.
And like, because also to unravel, because really working through all those issues, they didn't make sense in the book. It would have been even more, this at least made it like a logical thread a little bit. Yeah.
Totally. There's that whole Jasper storyline where Jasper, one of his friends, dies, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then I guess they just needed a little bit more action for the movie.
I guess. Because they couldn't have the sex scenes really, which was another like why we also adapting this book when like your main character like I couldn't see his bum. Like it's like we couldn't see these people actually. There was no
I think we did get an ass shot.
We did. Maybe I was like
you
blinded.
It out.
I was like, never mind. I don't know.
That's so fair. We don't really see more than making out.
Which like part of the whole plot with those two, you miss out on all of the like.
I hate that when they adapt romance and then like make it PG, like what they did with People We Meet on Vacation.
I know, and that was weird because they only had like that was one sex scene you really needed in that book.
I know.
But this one, especially when it's like the sex is part of the plot, then adapt a different book because then this is even weirder now. Like,
yeah. I think this was also just to like jazz it up for the movie, but Rule tries to beat up Gabe after he hits Shaw and then he gets arrested. So then Rome goes and beats him up. And then instead of the like tattoo, which I thought this was also kind of wild because the whole romantic gesture is him drawing the heart tattoo, even though it's like so cheesy and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was cute.
I just think that it's like that's what the diehard fans who you should be making this movie for would like. So to change it to a mural, I think was really, I liked it. Sure.
Yeah, it wasn't
like,
adapted. Yeah, it was like the book adaptation where they were like, okay, it's not made for the people who like the book. But then I'm like, who is it made for?
Which is, I think, what they did with People We Meet on Vacation. Yeah. They tried to generalize it. And I'm just like, I think that's the opposite. I always think niche down, do it for the fans. Because
if the fans liked it, then maybe people who haven't read it will still like it. Because I can like something, but it's like not gonna hit the same. Like, you know what I mean? Like the fervent fandom that you got from those books, like you might just get people being like, oh, it was fine, and then moving on, but like not really like.
And then they don't tell their friends. Whereas if you do fan service, then they at least tell their friends.
Oh, I wouldn't tell a single soul that I watched this movie. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm like, I don't know that I could. If you find it by yourself by accident, I'm not gonna tell you no, but like I wouldn't tell you to do it.
One of my colleagues asked me, what did I do this weekend? I was like, oh, I like read a book. I like watched a movie. I like blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, what movie? And I was like,
like,
I can't remember the title.
Yeah, yeah. It was on Amazon Prime, which I feel like is all you need to tell somebody. Like it was on Amazon Prime. I think I paid $3.99 for it. It wasn't even free on Amazon Prime.
Really? It was on Canada.
And I was like, oh my, how? I'm like, this is even more embarrassing.
How dare you? That's brutal.
But I paid it. I didn't care.
That's brutal. But she does get a snowflake tattoo, and he does it, which is referencing the snowstorm tattoo that she gets. The one scene that I liked, not to be fully negative Nelly, but I thought that his apology when he says like I think it's when they sleep together for the first time and then he's like trying to break it off, which I think was kind of pulled from the dialogue where he is like, this is too easy and I'm going to like self-sabo. I thought that was good. Like I was like, more of this.
Yeah. Their acting, I'll say like both of the actors were good. Like their acting was good. So it was like watchable in that sense. But then again, I think I was too looking. I'm like, well, him though. It's still Chase Stokes.
It's still Chase Stokes. I'm looking at Sydney Taylor's IMDb, and it doesn't seem like. So she was on Disney Plus's American Born Chinese TV series, I guess. But like, she had a few other projects in 2025, but not like tons. She's really pretty,
and her acting was good. But it's like it is hard. For some reason, I feel like for young actresses who are pretty, they have more weird competition than like the guys. I don't feel like there's that. They all keep getting cast in all the same things over and over. But I feel like I see so many actresses in like one-off things where I'm like, where? And once you get one Amazon Prime thing, God knows how many.
But yeah, she was really pretty. And I thought that she did a good job of doing the like embarrassing thing.
Yeah.
But recovering from it. Like, yeah.
I wonder if she's in because like Emily Bader, the girl from People We Meet on Vacation, I think was so good, and she was in
My Lady Jane.
Yeah, and like she was so good in that. I don't know, buddy. I'm sorry, but like I hope her career doesn't begin and end with a Chase Stokes movie that goes to Amazon
Prime. Agreed. Okay, let's get to our roundtable discussion. Our internet investigation. The only time Chase Stokes has looked good was on this movie cover.
I know, and the movie cover is what got me in the beginning too.
Me too.
That looks so good.
The movie cover is so good. It's so good. Please look at it if you haven't already. I thought this was really interesting. I was looking at Jay Crownover's website, and people were asking her questions about them making it into a movie. And she said like the one thing that she really was trying to emphasize was that he was like not a nice guy, and to not change it into like him just being like a fairy tale prince. You got your way.
You got your way, but like, is that what you wanted us to get out of your book too? Like out of the ending of the book, does he ever become? Yeah, trust us. You didn't need to explain. We know he's not a fairy tale prince. Like, what do you mean?
100%. Okay, here's the thing: is I do like when main characters are assholes. Just like I said, recent. There's also a really good one. I think the book's called Heart and Stone, where it's like a mafia romance.
Yeah,
and some mafia romances do this well, where it's like, the guy's a dick, but then you find out that all the reasons he was a dick was because he actually loved the girl or whatever. But I feel like it's like he was a dick and we know why, because of his brother, but it's like it was like inexcusable.
Because like we had his own inner thoughts. His inner thoughts weren't because of his brother. They're just how he views women and how he viewed her.
Exactly.
And I'm like, when no one was under the impression this was a fairy, and like even in a fairy tale, those women suffer. There's a lot of struggles that get to us to the end.
Good point.
He's a bad guy. Yeah, we knew. We were waiting for like when he was better. Like, did that?
Yeah.
Was it a horror story from the beginning?
Would that ever happen?
Yeah.
No. Okay, Wonder-wise, and we have talked about this, but I just don't understand why everyone loves Rule so much. Like, I wish that they showed something, like him playing pool or him being the singer or just something that showed, like, obviously I guess his artist talents are hot, but like they just don't make it make sense.
That like these women are desperate for him. Like people are throwing themselves at him.
Sierra in the movie is like the hottest bitch I've ever seen. And she's like literally on his tattoo parlor chair, spreading her legs, like
begging him, like she's like, please. I know, it's like it's so insane.
He doesn't even exude, like, it's not like Jacob Elordi or something. Like, he doesn't even exude any type of, like, sexual, like, prowess or anything.
He's literally your local tattoo artist that just looks like a mediocre white guy. Like, there's really nothing to him. He doesn't even have a good bubbly person, like charismatic personality.
He's not like super funny. He's not, again, like super athletic or anything like that would be impressive or any, like, he just truly, I guess the tattoos, but like, yeah, like even that time where he's sitting at the bar, I think this is at the beginning of the movie. He's sitting at the bar and there's that girl like hitting on him. Oh yeah, the girl that he ends up sleeping with before Shaw interrupts the first one night stand. And he's literally sitting there drinking a beer and she is like all like trying to hit on him so hard. And I'm like, he's literally sitting there drinking.
It's like, it would have made sense if this was like a famous athlete or a famous rock star. Yeah. Like if he was
a billionaire.
A billionaire. But no, he's just like a guy. And this is, come on. It's like so crazy.
And like I've done some desperado things, guys, and I have never been this desperate.
And like the women that are doing it are like the hottest women that have ever existed, like these supermodels, and like, please, I just need to have sex with him. And like, oh my God, he's not even like, he's broke, and they're like, please, I want to sleep on the floor on his mattress.
Yeah, like I want to fuck him in front of the roommate. Like,
please, I know, it's horrifying. Okay. And again, like not only a woman wrote this book, but a woman adapted it and they still left it like this. I'm like, okay.
Totally. Why was Shaw's mom so cringy and poorly acted?
Yeah, I don't know. That was like, again, I mean,
the acting, like it didn't stand out to me either good or bad, but
she was it was noticeably bad. Yeah,
hers was so bad. It was so weird. It was so weird.
I know, she must have been related to somebody. Maybe she's the director's wife or
something.
Sister. Yeah,
literally, she was like, Shaw, it's your mother. Like,
it was crazy. No.
It was crazy. Okay, our gripes and grumbles. Oh, yeah. Also, speaking of like non-consensually, just like continuously this as a theme, but he's like passed out at the beginning of the movie and the one night stand like tries to hook up with him essentially while he's passed out. Like, I just don't get what is up with these people.
It's like, what the fuck? Actually, like, it's insane. Like, I don't know if like, was that in the book too?
No, because they just wake up and then
I'm like, were they trying to add in a scene where there's like sex where they're sleeping and then, but I'm like, out of context, what are we doing here? That was weird. I know. And again, it was so weird. But his dick, they're so fervent for him. They're like, well, he slept, please. Oh my God.
It's so weird. It couldn't have been that good. He was wasted. Like, I don't know. Fucking hate. Like, not only do they have to be like, she's so skinny and so tiny and blah, 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 but it's like, oh, she's hungry. Well, she'll just eat a large double Mac or Big Mac, like double cheeseburger meal with a large fry and a large milkshake, and like she'll just scarf it down.
Yeah, because she's like not like the other girls who eat salads. Like, she's a cool girl. And like, it's so sexy that she eats because other girls are dumb and they're not eating. And again, it's like so 2012. I'm shocked this movie was made in 2025. I'm like, me too. Yikes. Yeah.
Me too. Literally that. Okay, this was so funny to me because it also happens in the beginning of the movie when they're leaving the first time that they go to Brookside for brunch. They drive on the same road that Remy was killed on, and it literally is a cliff. Like with a full corner of a cliff. So you wouldn't be able to see what's on the other side. And they fully stop the car in the middle of the road and get out of it to look over the cliff. It's like someone would come and rear end you. Like, what the fuck?
I know. And it was also
crazy.
Like, why are we here? It's like, there's been 3 years that we're unpacking on the corner to see this again. Like, what are we doing here?
Also, this is so nitpicky, but when it's snowing in that scene, which is cute, after her birthday, she's in like stiletto heels and she tries to slide like on the snowy, like icy parts. It's like, that's insane. I don't even do that in boots.
But she's like, so that girl that would do that would be fine. Or like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
It's also really funny, the bad boy trope, but he loves art. He loves
he's an artist.
Classical art.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course he does. So there was one of my high school friends' brothers was a bad boy. And like, I'm talking like truly bad boy.
Yeah, like did meth. Yeah. Drugs.
Like was bad. Like
Yeah,
was like probably
actually,
arrested multiple.
yeah.
Like was actually bad.
Yeah.
But when I would sleep over at her house, he would be up in the morning when we were like getting breakfast and stuff in glasses reading the newspaper. Like the newspaper. And this was like this trope in real life. And I was like, I need him.
Was he reading the Metro section to see if his crimes showed up? Was he like, did they catch
no,
me?
like literally. No, he would like, I'm not even joking, cover to cover read the newspaper. That's also really aging me. In little glasses.
And you were like,
that he didn't wear to school.
He's actually great.
I was like, he's actually an intellectual, and you guys just don't know it.
You don't fucking understand him.
You don't get it. He like would not, like literally would not piss on me if I was on fire.
But he read the newspaper
in glasses. I was shocked. They just don't get him like I do.
Yeah, I could fix him.
I can fix him. I wanted to say the mural I thought was actually a nice picture of Shaw, and then he decided to put like stars and pink and blue, and
he's an artist. Yeah,
he's an artist, and that was his artistic integrity, and that's totally what he like is able to do.
When you look at that, if thinking about that trope of like the boy, like bad boy who reads, we really play that up a lot. And why is it always the bad boy who reads? Because it can't possibly be like the nice guy who reads fiction.
No, literally.
He has to be the broken and misunderstood, grumpy, which never again has happened once ever.
No.
Ever.
It's never happened. It's never happened.
Like they're going to shock you by pulling out like a book of poetry and you're like, oh!
Yeah. Which is literally what I thought was happening. Okay, side character spotlight. Aiden, I thought was okay. Like, I really feel like she did a lot with a nothing burger role.
Yeah, I think so too. She did.
Yeah, like she was so funny. Good for her. Okay, so shockingly, no word for a sequel. And yeah, the diehard book readers did not like the adaptation. But no, it's so funny because I'm like, they did change some things that I thought were crazy, but like, just like I thought People We Meet on Vacation was like a good adaptation, even though there were parts of it I didn't like. I thought that same with this one.
I think people who liked the book for the specific like rural aesthetic. They liked that character. And I'm assuming then also like the things that were cut out were things that they like in the People We Meet on Vacation. I actually thought everything about it was, I wish they'd made it into a series because it was just to condense that book into what they had like an hour and a half, or it was just impossible. They had to make everything a montage. You know what I mean? Like didn't give themselves enough room, but it wasn't like that. I felt like it stuck to the characters. We got everything. There wasn't anything like. But in this, like, yeah, if you're in it for the piercings and for the tattoo, and like this vibe was not it then at all.
It's gonna have to be on HBO or something.
Yeah, well, I know because they released it in theaters, which is weird. Because I'm like, it could have been a series on Amazon Prime, or even a movie that was like straight to Amazon Prime or Netflix. But because they released it in theaters, I'm assuming that's why they couldn't make it like
raunchy. But again, they're trying to do that with so many romance novels. Make it like PG-13 or whatever, PG.
And here's the thing. It's like, if you're going to do sex scenes that are bad, don't have them at all. Like, don't have them at all. Like, especially if you're not going to care about like how they advance the plot or anything, or if you're not going to have intimacy coordinator or something. But don't give me these haphazard, bullshitty, like...
Just do it. Like, especially, it was such a lost opportunity because hooking up at a tattoo parlor, like on those chairs, like it was really old school with the neon lights and stuff like that. I'm like... could have been
by
good.
Just sanitizing it kind of did take away the whole, I would imagine, what people liked about the book. Like,
yeah, I know exactly. You're totally right. Yeah. Okay. Listener questions / not a question, but Laura from What to Read Next Pod, who was on with me talking about The Deal. Can't wait to catch up with her for Off Campus.
Oh yeah.
But she said you have to talk about the dick piercing. The whole series is about that. And I go, huh? What do you mean? Like, sure, it's probably a tattoo. It's a bad boy series, like whatever. I said, just wait. Do all the MMCs have dick piercings? She goes, yes, and different types of dick piercings. So it is an assortment of who has more dick piercings. That is important. And I just sent like, ha ha ha, like all caps times 1,000. And then she said each book got a more intricate piercing. It was my first series that truly shocked me. And she's read like literally thousands of books because she's been in this genre. And I texted her back and she didn't reply, but I'll report back if it's good. I said, how can you get more intricate than a Jacob's ladder?
Yeah, like if I wasn't going to read, I'm like, you know what, lady, I don't have time for this. Like, what am I doing down here? Okay.
If you wanted to escalate it, like, also it's just like so funny. Everyone has just different kinks. And yeah, I'm looking at books with different things too.
The amount of time these men are putting into like decorating their penises, maybe they could, work through their own issues. Like
literally that. It's so funny what people are into. But yeah, I was just like, okay, I would get that if it was just because he had the lip ring and like, okay, maybe the head of his dick, sure. But I'm like, how can you get more intricate than that? Like, that's like 10 piercings on his dick.
And if they're not going to show us in the show,
no, literally show us, you cowards.
If you just made it a Prime, that's crazy. If the whole book is about that.
If the whole series.
What a wild book to adapt. Again, there's
100%.
just other options.
It's so funny to me.
Maybe they got it for cheap or something. I don't know. But like it couldn't, the movie had to cost money to make.
I have no idea. I just want to say also, just a side note, my digital footprint nowadays with having this podcast is horrific.
Yeah, like anyone goes back and they're like, well, she would get her nipples pierced.
Yeah. Like literally just spent 2 hours talking about how I would get my nipples pierced, how dick piercings are crazy.
But like someone to find your digital footprint would have to listen to all your episodes, which I do think is the sign of like, it's not like you're tweeting this out or putting it on Instagram.
You're right.
They have to put an effort to find out all of the things about you.
Totally. It's true.
And this wouldn't even be the juiciest stuff I think you've ever shared on your podcast, though.
No, this feels like light work, honestly. Anything else you want to say about marked men before we wrap up?
Sometimes it's good to explore, look back at 2011, 2012. And then I kind of like, it did make me start thinking about all the books I loved in 2012, 2013. And I'm like,
It has reminded me how much I've grown as a person and how much my tastes have grown and how I've matured. I did like that part.
Yeah. Because I look back and like there's books that I would still say I love, like as at the time when I read them, I loved them so much. Maybe if I read this then, I don't know.
Yeah. And the movie, again, it's a fun like 90-minute romp if you need something to
for sure.
Watch.
And if you don't find Chase Stokes to be repulsive, then honestly you'll probably like it. I think that ruined it for me.
Literally never judge a book by its cover, never judge a movie by its poster.
No, that's like actually that's the lesson here.
That's the moral of the story. Okay, Denise, this was so much fun. Can you tell the listeners where they can find you and anything else you want to plug?
Honestly, the only social media I use is TikTok. I'm Ocean Meatball. But really look for me in the comment section is where I do my best work.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
I really, really thrive in the comments. And that's where I like to live. On TikTok.
Bring back Smutty Covers at Smutty Covers on Instagram. It's so fucking funny to me. Can you tell people what the premise is of that?
So me and my friend would make some like fake romance smut covers based on, not even based, but inspired by real romance smutty covers. And so I collected a bunch. I still have a Google Drive with so many like planned out, but I should do it because it entertained me. But you have to guess like which ones are real, which ones are fake, and you'd be shocked. And you do find like I read. We do also come up with synopsis for our fake books.
Yes.
That I'm like, man, somebody could just take those, run them to ChatGPT. I bet you it would write you an entire book.
100%. So you handwrite those? None of it's AI.
None of it is AI. I know, but it's typed. I typed it, but my friend was using an AI program to build the fake
cover, of course, the covers because they have to look real. But oh my god, good for you guys.
But even the AI made them a little bit. Sometimes I was like, this is creepy. Like the buttery one, like it looks like. Then I'm like, maybe AI. What are we stopping AI from making book cover? It is a little bit too much. Like,
yeah,
because you're like, it does look. It's basing it on the real ones, but.
Yeah,
it made a piece of butter very sexual. That's what AI is for, I guess.
Yeah, truly. Let's leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. This is always so fun.
And that's the story of Rule. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to Denise for joining me on today's show. We're kind of a little bit low on book recs / questions for upcoming episodes. So if you are interested, you can suggest a book or leave a voicemail via the links in the episode show notes. You can also always just DM me, but I feel like it's fun to be included this way. If you want more RTBR, you can follow me on socials at Ready to Be Romance, and subscribing and leaving a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify helps the show find new listeners. Thank you so much for listening. Our next episode is An Offer from a Gentleman, part 2. Until then, happy reading. For Ready to Be Romance, I'm Tori. Goodbye.